Hello and welcome to another episode of Freddy and the Eighth, proudly brought to you by Sportsbet. We have a huge show coming your way. We're going to be discussing all things Sam Walker, his contract negotiations with the Roosters. Matt Dufty, he drops out by in studio as well, plus discussions on Brian To'o heading off to the Chiefs. And of course, the Bears, where to now for them and their marquee men. But before we do get started, we're taking things up a notch here on Freddy and the Eighth. Check it out.
Wednesday rolls around, grab a cold one, mate. Time for Freddy and the Eighth to settle every debate. Freddy's waving arms like he's coaching from the bench. Joey's drawing plays so clever, they're as sharp as a wrench. One says kick it early, one says run it straight. By the time they're both finished, we're arguing till late. Freddy and the Eighth, what a legendary pair. Talking footy, stirring trouble, with opinions everywhere. One's got passion, one's got genius, both can make you laugh all night. Long live Freddy and the Eighth, they're our favorite footy guys.
Oh, how good is our new theme and new opener? Gentlemen, do you like it?
Yes, except for that intercept I threw.
We'll cut that
Still
out.
haunts me.
I love the country vibes. When did the country vibes kick in?
Luke Combs?
Combs,
Is that
Luke
his name?
Combs, yep.
When he sort of...
Oh, I feel like you've been front and centre of the country vibes.
Yes.
At, what's the club called that you love?
Chattanooga's.
Yeah, there you go.
What a place.
Yep. And then there was another one in Vegas,
It's
wasn't
interesting
there?
barmaid
Yes.
there, isn't it?
Yes.
Tall,
Very liberal there.
Big Adam's apple, isn't it?
Hey, you know, obviously in the NRL at the moment we're looking towards finals footy, but for a lot of club local leagues, they are wrapping up their
Are they?
season. So there's been some Mad Monday adventures. I don't know whether this has caught your eye across the week, but
I got
we've
that
got
sent to me. That is pretty good.
He looks good. Oh, good
Yeah.
skating too.
Yeah,
Swinging like a hammock.
beer in hand.
Oh, that is good.
That's Park Spaceman. There you go. They've wrapped
Geez, you
up their
destroyed
week.
Daniel Johns. He was a clean-cut kid before that.
Oh, I had to apologise a few times. Sorry, Daniel, again.
Do you still keep in contact?
No, it's brushed me.
Oh. Still holding a bit of a grudge. All right, well, let's dive into
Grudge,
everything that's
some
been...
scars.
Some scars. Everything that's been happening in the week of rugby league, and there's been... there were a couple of incidents over the weekend as well. Of course, this one between Corey Horsburgh and Dane Gagai. Corey Horsburgh's, as a result, well, Raiders are saying that he's being rested this week. But have a closer look. Some very keen-eyed punters online have pointed out Corey Horsburgh's hand.
Look at Gags' face. It's just, there's no reaction for a good 10
He
seconds.
just hung there.
Do we think it's a little bit of a...
we called the original, what do you call it, the kids today, the OG?
The OG?
Quote, unquote, from John Hopoate. I give that a 2 out of 10. Wasn't deep enough, wasn't hard enough. The doctor, Hopoate. Free prostate. Oh, he's the best.
Just to refresh your memory of some of Hopper's best work. That'd be a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
Well, he dropped the ball. He got the reaction
Yeah.
he wanted there.
Yeah.
Where's the centre? Even when he's got... I saw something, Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville was on a podcast talking...
saw that.
This one. Johnny Knoxville, when he was in Australia, went up the cross to see Hopper. Ordered to see Hopper. This guy in Australia is just fingering them.
Because he was asked on a podcast recently, they were talking about the World Cup,
saw that.
about why you'd be sent off in a
Yeah.
World Cup match, and he said, because I'd be doing the John Hopoate.
He got
Johnny-
12 weeks.
12 weeks,
12
that's
weeks.
right, yeah. So do you think that's going to catch the eyes of anyone?
It's already gone. Time's over.
I'm more worried
Yeah.
about Gags just like
Corey.
Just
No,
copying
but
it.
then Gags, he has a very, very fiery reaction to it.
Just once you realise the camera was on. It's okay until they know.
Didn't sin bin for the little slap. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, what do you make about the news that he has? He's now been dropped from the side. The Canberra Raiders, I believe they are going with the line that he's being rested or, But do you think that this is just a bit of
Well, he's a
frustration?
hothead. We know he's a hothead. And he gives away some silly penalties. It seems to amplify the last... But it might be a byproduct of how frustrating the year's been for Canberra. They promised so much last year. They went close. They were in the prelim. Got beat, well, hard to... When Reece Walsh had that contact on his leg with the field goal. So I think they're all frustrated and Corey's probably overstimulated.
And there's also some reports as well. There's interest from the Perth Bears, but then there was also news about the Perth Bears interested in Junior Paulo and whether those contract negotiations are still going ahead.
I think they'd both be great buys.
Who would you choose?
Both.
If you
Corey's
had to choose
younger.
one.
Corey's younger. Junior's got to be 33, 34. So, you got to think Corey Horsburgh played start of Origin. I'm sure the good thing about Corey Horsburgh is, the one thing you can tell is he's a leader. Sometimes he's mostly leading you down the wrong path, but if you get him right, and I'm sure there'd be plenty of young blokes there that'd follow him. You could see last year when he was going good, he was doing a great job. So
you can't have enough middle forwards. I remember asking the great Warren Ryan, how many front rowers do you like in your squad? He said you should have 2 on the field, 2 on the bench, and 2 suspended.
Well,
both.
if he keeps on going the way he's going at the moment, he could be suspended. All right, some other news as well around with the Roosters and Sam Walker. There are reports in the paper today that those contract negotiations have been stalled. So from Sam Walker's side of things, he wants to concentrate. He doesn't want it to be a distraction at the moment. The reports are that he wasn't too happy with the offer that was put on the table, believed to be a $5 million extension. And so they're hoping to put these contract negotiations on hold for the time being. Doesn't want it to be a distraction, of course, where the Roosters are sitting at the moment, a huge chance of winning the premiership.
I totally get it. How many top-line halfbacks, especially his age, are coming through? Not many. Look, he'll be the halfback for Australia when Nathan finishes up. Nathan's 28, 4, 5, maybe years. The only other competition off the top of my head I could think would be Tom Dearden, who I think is more of a number 6. So you've got a player who's going to be playing for Australia for a fair chunk of that. He's man of the match in Game 1 in Origin this year, close to Origin, man of the match in Origin 2. You can't let him go. Can't let him go.
What do you think he could get on the open market if he was to wait until November 1?
If you went to Perth, you get 1.5.
1.5. It's no good to have 1.5 if you're not winning.
Yeah, it's different.
It's a different year.
And playing behind a good forward pack,
It's a different year. Great club.
At the Roosters.
It's a different year.
Obviously, you'd love to see him stay at the Roosters.
Yeah, well, I think, you know what he is doing? He's backing himself. If you go into the semi-finals and you lose, and all of a sudden you're not worth 1.5. So what it says is that he's backing himself to go into the finals and big games and prove his values. So I support what he's doing.
And there's also some other news as well, that there are reports that Daly Cherry Evans is in some discussions to move to the Super League with Hull FC for next season. Surprised by this?
Yeah. Can't imagine him going to England, Daly. What's Daly, 37?
Yep.
Young family. Geez, a big move, especially going to Hell.
He still looks fit.
Hull.
Still looks fit, still looks good.
No major lower leg injuries. Still seeing the game really well. Like if the Chooks don't pick him up, Perth. You've got an experienced halfback there.
How much do you think Perth could offer him?
I'd be offering him whatever he wants. 800.
Well, as a marquee player, Perth, you got 20%. a 20%
discount over $1 million.
Yeah. He's worth it. He's made a big difference to the Roosters.
Yeah.
Well, you look at the Roosters this year, the tight games they've won. He's contributed to
He's kicking. Mate, he's kicking. If he's not their number one kicker, especially coming out of trouble, like Sam doesn't do much in his own half.
He's got his pop guns.
Yeah, he doesn't do much. Like Sam really contributes once he gets over the halfway line.
With the kick going.
Yeah, especially. Yeah. Like Cherry, he's the one shifting the ball, or he'll go for short kicks, and he's got a great long kick. So yeah, he's the difference in the big game, especially coming out of trouble.
Well, no doubt that's probably caught the attention of the Perth Bears, and even potentially.
So who's their halfback? Probably Tyron Wishart.
Yep.
He's not a specialised halfback.
Was Jamie Humphries, but he said no.
Jamie Humphries is, he's heading back to South Sydney apparently. But speaking of some of the new clubs, PNG, Brian To'o, what a huge signing that one is for them, and it's becoming a bit of a Penrith Panthers reunion, joining Jerome.
Well, you talk about contracts and salary caps and players taking hits. When you win so many competitions like they do, a lot of players at Panthers would have taken some hits along the way, and I'm assuming Brian's done. He's been the best winger for 4 or 5 years in the game. He's done more in the game than nearly any other player. He's been tackled more. Like, you know, what he's put his body through. So he's 28, I think he's nearly 29, I think. His birthday's actually next week. So he goes up there at the end of next year. So that's when Ivan leaves as well. So, you know, for the Panthers, Peter Walsh has got a big job, sort of making sure that he's got a team there to build around and some leaders to build around. But I think for Brian, good on you, mate. Get up there with Jerome and go and make a difference.
Well, do you think that means we could potentially see Nathan there?
I don't know how many you can have up there. So I think the rules are, like, obviously you get the salary cap exemption, not the salary cap, the
tax-free.
Tax-free. But you still got to be on a contract that you would have been on in a normal club. So you can't be getting, you know, ridiculous amounts of money.
As in unders?
Well,
yes.
the players they've signed, Jerome would be on $1 million odd. You got Zach Lomax, he'd be on big money.
So he was on 800, I think.
And then you're looking at this talk of Joey Manu, he'd be on big money. Bizza might be on 700, and he deserves that.
But how when we talk about unders,
When's happy hour? When's happy hour? Is that 11 a.m?
What do you mean? Like, what's the amount that's under? So say if Bizza's, worth
I think what the game will
800,000.
pass your contract as.
Yeah.
So they won't pass your wonders because you're getting the tax exemption. They won't give you, like Zach Lomax, for instance. If he's worth 800 to the market, they can't sign him for 600. They've got to sign him for 800. So they've got the same salary caps, just the player that gets a benefit.
What was your contract at the Roosters? 200,000.
200. And a pack of lollies each week.
Yeah, in those brown paper bags.
Yeah, what were the lollies wrapped in?
Little dubs on them. Mitsubishi.
Superman.
But you look at
They're the ones I got paid in.
yeah, different Newcastle.
End up costing them more.
The payments in Newcastle definitely different to the payments in
different
Bondi.
sort of bags.
But just in terms of PNG, I mean, you.
I hope this goes to you.
You look at the recruitment drives that they're having at the moment as well. To think that they're still another year out as well, they're very far ahead.
I want to know the local blokes they've signed. They're probably earmarked, what you reckon, 3 or 4, half a dozen?
There's the 5'8" that looks like Jerome. I know they've signed him. I can't remember his name. But there'd be definitely some young players. 2 years ago, we went up there when I coached the Prime Ministers. So the schoolboys team played the Australian schoolboys team. They had a draw. So there's plenty of blokes there, plenty of kids coming through of good quality. One of the big things that they're doing, part of the grant from the government, is helping the system, helping the pathway system, helping the school system. That's not just in PNG either. That's all the Pacific Islands as well. So there's plenty to go. So in time, the biggest feeder is going to be the school system.
What time did happy hour start when you guys were on tour?
PNG?
Yeah.
I was up there with JT once. That was early. Doesn't he like to go?
I remember Jason Smith one year on a tour. He was dead set cornflakes with some beetle nut. And what's the beer? SP?
SP?
Yeah.
A few bungers.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. There you go.
Geez, that was touring there was interesting, wasn't
I
it?
toured there for a month. I toured there in 1991 when we won the comp. We didn't want to go, no one wanted to go. And then they ended up saying, because Brandy, MG and Cardi, they all pulled out. And Bozo pointed at us and said, one of you have to go, one of you Penrith blokes.
You went for a month?
And I was the youngest. We went for a month.
A month? Wow.
It was good.
Okay, all right, we'll get some stories on that one a little later.
Good.
All right, well, stick around. We're off to a short break here on Freddy the Eighth. We've got plenty more coming your way because Rabbitohs speedster Matt Dufty, he joins us live in the studio. Plus, the Perth Bears are on the prowl. Who are they hunting for a massive marquee signing? And we break down Thursday night's epic minor premiership blockbuster between the Panthers and the Roosters. We're back right after this. Great to see you, and thanks for coming in. How's your first year been back in the NRL? Obviously, you've had a bit of a journey in your career.
Yeah, obviously I wasn't expecting to come back when I left Warrington at the start of the year. It's been a bit of unexpected year, but in a good way. I didn't think I'd play this much first grade, but it's worked out for the best.
I watched your game, the trial match against St George, and in that game I knew straight away you're going to make a difference. Did you feel that?
Yeah, well, obviously when I left, there was more still the big type of fullback. It was a bit slower, there was a lot more wrestle, and it kind of surprised me because over in England it's still wrestle dominated. They can just lay in the ruck for as long as they want. But when I come over and it was a bit faster, I thought could be a chance. So.
Now, you had a conversation with Wayne Bennett over the phone. What was said between you two? Did he ask you any hard questions, or how did you sell yourself?
Well, I spoke to Benny Hornby first. So Benny's he was my coach in SG ball, 20s, took me to first grade when I debuted. So it started with him, and he had a chat to Wayne, and Wayne was keen. So I said, give him a call in the morning. And I was nervous. I never spoke to Wayne Bennett before. I was sweating. I was up all day. I called him, and then he didn't really care. He just asked me why Warrington let me go. So he was like, I know you can play football, but what do you like as a person? Are you going to bring? What do you bring to the team? So we had that honest conversation.
So there's no footy talk?
Not really, no.
Wow.
He just asked me why I was leaving Warrington, and it was a bit confronting because obviously I had to ask those hard questions for myself on the phone and answer them as truthfully as I could.
What was your answer?
I probably let myself go a bit too much. I think, football is probably... It's big over there, but you don't get in trouble for not being as professional as you can be. And obviously, me and Sam Burgess are great mates, and it was a hard chat for both of us when we decided to part ways. You
did a few things right. Your partner came home, she had a baby. So how's that been, becoming a dad? Yeah, well, she never come back with me over, so it was too late to fly back.
Right. So you missed it?
No, I come back. We had her in April.
Oh, okay.
So everything kind of just worked out for the best. It's crazy how it all worked out. We're around family. She got all the support she needed, and I'm lucky enough to have her mum and dad around all the time, my mum and dad that help. So, life's good. So when you were coming back, did you always want to come back into the NRL, or were you at one point thinking, OK, maybe I might have to start a career? Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to get that training trial kind of deal sorted before I signed the release at Warrington. So I knew I was going to come back. Wayne gave me a good week when I landed just to get everything in order before I come back and trained. And then got 2 weeks of pre-season before the Charity Shield, so it wasn't too bad, to be fair. And you're still on that same deal? Yeah, still on the same deal, just getting paid for training every week. Yeah, and next year, are you hoping to have that one upgraded? Yeah, hopefully, but I've got nothing sorted at the moment. Just working with my manager every week and just trying to play good football. So the minimum wage is 150, but you're not on that, you're on trainer trial, just for training. Yeah, I'm on a 20 grand cup deal. And how difficult is that? Yeah, it's hard. Well, the new bubba. Yeah, well, the payout from Warrington helps. I knew it was probably going to get me through this year, so I wasn't too worried about this year, but next year, different story. What's it like when you're sort of going through that? Yeah, obviously for footy, it's something that you love to do, but you're sitting there and you're trying to work out what your career path is next year. You've obviously got a young family. Is it quite an anxious time? Yeah, I think. Well, I'd like to think I've done probably enough this year to settle next year, even if nothing's sorted yet. I think I've got all my life off the field sorted, and being a dad kind of puts everything in perspective. But before I come back, it kind of shows you how close you are to losing that dream. And I'm just lucky enough that everything fell into place. But it could have been a completely different story if I didn't get that job. Would have probably had to come back and work and just played cup somewhere without being in the system. What would work be? Have you done any study or done anything while you've played? I'd love to be a coach. I've done my personal training course. I've done a few years of carpentry, even though my dad will probably laugh at me saying that. My dad's a builder. I don't think I'd be much good at that. So, I don't know. I think footy's the only thing I've really studied for 20, 30 years. So it's something I know pretty well, and I'd like to do that when I retire. First day walking into Bunnies training and you see Wayne Bennett. What's that feeling like? Yeah, well, he was smart enough to get me in the week before I started, just to have a look around, see the boys, so they knew I was going to come in and sit down with him and Ello and explain what it was like. And I think it was good to come in and see everyone. And I knew a lot more people than I thought. David Ferner, he's part of the pathways there. Had him as assistant coach at Dogs. Had Benny Hornby, obviously. Had Ewan Aitken, who I've played with. And I know a few of the other boys who have had a lot to do with through my career. Playing with Cody Walker, you've played with some special players, special playmakers. Where does Cody rank? Yeah, I think I was a bit probably nervous to play with Cody the most. We used to butt heads a bit when I played against him a lot. That's the type of player he is, and I used to be a bit more hot-headed when I was younger, but I didn't realise how good he was until he actually do some reps with him. He tends to make the right decision every time.
Every time.
If you're getting jammed, he throws long or hits a lead, and he tends to give it to you when you're in space when you need it. So in terms of playmakers, he'd be probably top 2.
Yeah? And who's the other one?
I love him, mate, George Williams in England. Yeah, he's good. He's coming to
the Dolphins.
Next year. So had a pretty special connection with George, and it'll be good to see him play here next year.
What's it like with Wayne now? Does he speak to you much? Does he call you? Does he give you sort of feedback? Is he more of a texter?
If he called or texted me, I'd be pretty nervous to answer the phone. No, he's good. He's pretty, direct, and I think I like that a lot. But he also loves a joke, and I didn't expect that because I've only ever seen him in the media, and he doesn't really like the media that much. So I was a bit nervous to talk to him, but he's a lot funnier than he comes across.
Does he muck around with you?
I'm still a bit. Yeah. Maybe that'll come.
What about Jye Gray? Like, the one bloke that you wouldn't want to take position is Jye Gray. He's a bit of a favourite. He's got the headgear and he's small, and everyone seems to love him. What's it been like sort of just fighting for a position with him? Yeah,
obviously Jye's he's going to be a special talent, and I didn't expect. Obviously, I knew he was there when I signed, and I didn't expect to play, especially with how good he's played the last few years. And I love his energy, what he brings, and I think he's going to be that good in whenever he gets his spot back. So. He's just a great kid, and I think he's going to be something special.
What about Sam Burgess?
I love Sammy. There's not much
Your
else.
Relationship with him?
I spoke to him on the phone last week for a good 40 minutes. Just told me he couldn't come to the wedding. He's staying over there, and we had a good chat. And obviously, I've still got a great relationship with him. And I think when I left, it was probably got blown out a bit that we'll biffing or whatever was going on, but.
Good luck biffing him.
Yeah. Well,
they're going to hurt that.
Just go to his bad shoulder.
He'd be good to headbutt.
What was it like? What's the footy like? There's a few players at the moment. Well, every year we see players going over to England. What should they expect?
I see Martin Gleeson there.
Yeah. I was going to talk to you about that later.
We'll talk off air about Gleeson.
I've got some good stories about Gleeson. He's a great fella. We had a pretty good crew over there. So.
Well, about my time in Warrington. Yeah, we'll just talk off
him and his guitar.
No. You can tell. Like, what was Warrington like for you in your era?
Because I even played for Newcastle, and it was. I was there for a month. It was just sensational. And the owner, Simon Moran's a great guy. So to pull on a different jersey and go over a bit of pressure, because we played the world champions. Now this game here is probably in my top 5 games I've ever played, including Origins and Grand Finals. This game was unbelievable. It was a sellout. They were the world champions. They won the year before.
Who is it?
Leeds.
All right.
They had an unbelievable team, and we smoked them that night. First game there.
And also too the crowds, like the singing, the chanting.
I've been there for 3 days, so the jet lag was off tap.
Were the semis the next week? Was it Nathan Blacklock team?
Yeah, they got us whole.
Yeah.
Got us good. But great people. The Poms, great people. And north of England, they just love their rugby league.
Tell us about Simon.
Simon Moran, the owner.
Simon's he looked after me when I was there. He's one of those, he doesn't talk much, but he's a great person. And Warrington's, when I left the Dogs or the Dragons, I didn't know what it was going to be like over there, but they really bring you part of the family, the club, and they didn't just look after me, they looked after my partner as well, which was massive, and it was some of the best years of my life.
Well, Simon Moran is the biggest music promoter in Europe. He's the one who put Oasis back together.
Yeah, we went to Coldplay 3 times, Taylor Swift.
So he got me tickets to go see Oasis, like the grouse tickets in Sydney. You know where I was? Manchester. What's the odds?
What are you doing there?
I went over last year.
Oh, right.
So I went over.
They were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I missed him.
Well,
Went to their hometown Manchester and they're in Sydney.
Are you chasing cash? That's why.
What about this week? This is a huge one. The Bulldogs up against South Sydney. You look at where you guys are. So it's 7 v 9th on the ladder. How important is this one for you guys?
Yeah, obviously, it's what are the Dogs 2 points behind us.
Yeah.
And, we're fighting to make the 8, so it's kind of a 4-point game in a way. I think if we win this one, it'll do massive favours for making semis, and I think everyone knows that. But we'll probably think about that tomorrow.
Did you catch the Bulldogs in action up against the Roosters last week?
Yeah, I did. It was a good game. Yeah, it was, well, they've been the best defensive defensive team in the comp the last month. So, yeah, we've got to get our attack right, which is something we can do. I think we can attack. I think we've probably just got to get our defence right. We tend to.
We're looking forward to that one, Friday Night Footy. Thanks so much for coming in and joining us here. We'll let you get back to your family. You've got a 4-month-old at home. I'm sure you're required.
Yeah, can't wait to get home and see her.
Feet massage, mate.
Yeah.
Flowers, foot massage.
Yeah.
Just don't take any advice from that one at the end.
Those green turds that go out their back.
Oh, yeah. We've just got a vaccine, so
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. All right, we're off to a short break here on Freddy the Eighth. But stick around, plenty more coming your way here. Still up next, the Perth Bears are opening the chequebook. The boys have their say on who they should be chasing as their marquee signing. The minor premiership is on the line too when the Panthers take on the Roosters in a Thursday night footy blockbuster. We'll break that all down next. And would a grand final week third place playoff work? We'll have your answers next. Back in just a moment. Well, it was a big few days for the Perth Bears across the weekend, unveiling their brand new jersey. The players will be donning next season when they, of course, enter the NRL. Not too long to go as well. Of course, pre-season for the Bears starting in just a few months. November as well this year, but some relief as well. So they will be receiving a 20% discount from one marquee signing over $1 million. How important do you think that one is to have that discount for the Bears and their, I guess, their salary cap?
Well, the discount is needed. Choosing the player is the most important thing.
Geez, I think it should be more than that. I think it should be 50%. Because we know what's happened with Perth. Any marquee players are off Perth, off contract. They go to PNG. So look, if you're going to buy them, you need a figurehead. You need that superstar in that team. And look, there's really tough players there, but you know there's no Munster. There's no Harry Grant.
So Morgan Smithies, you can see they're number 13, the latest to join the club. What do you think of this team so far?
Well, it's a solid team.
You got Talakai, Tyson Smoothy. You got a couple of blokes there that have been part of great systems. Josh Curran, versatile.
They need a superstar. They need someone who goes Perth Bears, they go Munster.
It's interesting Cherry Evans is talking to England instead of Perth, because Mal will have a good relationship with Cherry Evans from start of origin through those years. The one that's going to help Perth is the plane. I know everyone, you know, if the game buys a plane, that's what will help Perth more than anything. It's the travel, the recovery, and that'll make it much more inviting to players than sitting in airports for hours. And so if I was sitting there waiting to decide whether I'm going to Perth, I'd be waiting on to see if the game's got a plane or not.
You feel like that has to be top of their priority list for Perth to help organise that, push that along a little bit further. Because to finish a game, say Sydney, Queensland, Melbourne, to then be able to get on a chartered flight, fly straight back to Perth, because we know
the difference will be unbelievable.
The players don't sleep; they're you know so hyped up on caffeine and whatnot. So you'd actually be getting just as much sleep as you would, and then waking up in your own home.
And at the moment, what we're going through is a shortage of players. You know, we're missing some of our big players. And what we need to do is, first and foremost, work out what's the best way to look after a player. And if we've got players coming from Perth, Papua New Guinea, Melbourne, New Zealand, we need to look after their recovery. Well, that's the biggest thing. You look at all the clubs now, that's the main thing on their mind is recovery. So, you know, and if that happens and Perth have that ability, then all of a sudden, that's a game changer. Absolute game changer.
Do you think that injuries could be more common if they're having to sit around airports, sit on long flights?
Yeah, but you won't be able to train as much because you're flying, and then all of a sudden a lot of your recovery spent on a plane, then travelling from the airport to home, and you just wouldn't be able to train as much. Massive difference.
So what should we call the new plane?
Anything, Andrew?
No, I'm just trying to think.
Air. What about Air NRL?
Very good. Air NRL.
I'm trying to think of bear, something to do with a bear.
Yeah, but other teams are going to use it.
Yeah, but if it's the Bears.
So you think about it, they put like 30 business class seats.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you can sell the rest of it. Be pretty good.
Where would you be sitting?
I'll be at the front.
Yes, as he would.
Where
Now Drew
would
and Freddie.
you be sitting?
Right at the front.
Down the back with all the degenerates.
He'd be on the drink.
Right near the Brasco. Like that.
All right, so who should the Bears be chasing as their marquee
Munster.
signing? Munster?
Munster's the one.
The one who I thought they should have went hard for was Kalen. Kalen spent a lot of his life over in Western Australia.
Was he born in Port
He was
Hedland?
born there, yeah. He was born in... So...
Mate, no. Kalen's staying in Newcastle.
That was the one I thought they should have went heavy for, and you could have maybe sold it to him for those reasons, but...
Maybe Sammy Walker.
Cherry?
Daly Cherry Evans would be perfect because he's experienced, he's very professional. He'll keep you in a game and he'll know how to steer the team around. Really professional, trains hard, good fella. But Munster would be the one.
Okay, we'll keep on
But
thinking about
I think 20%'s that's low.
Not enough, yeah.
No,
So it's over $1 million. So is it 20% discount?
Well, they go to P&G, it's 100%. The tax-free.
Yeah, but you still got to go and live in PNG.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
But
it's a huge difference. Like, and you were talking about Perth, it's about the richest city in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, it's
you're sitting on a
unbelievable.
plane for 6 hours.
You're sitting on a plane
every second week.
You're different if
And-
you've got an
and
NRL plane.
You got a family. You're leaving. I'd imagine they go 2 days before they play on the eastern seaboard. Even maybe 3 if they go to New Zealand.
Hang on, are you saying that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well,
So you're a
you
chance.
don't want to be. You're going home. Brad's going home and Marie's just going.
Put me down for the Bears.
Should we might move Freddy the Eighth over to Perth.
Margaret River would be good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right, other news this week as well.
Itchy Mitchy. We'll get my man over there. Itchy.
What's his name? Itchy
Itchy
Mitchy.
Mitchy.
Itchy Mitchy.
We
the
had a
background
game.
to that?
We remember I should probably not tell this on air, but we had a game many years ago. I think it was Australia was playing New Zealand before the Four
I remember that.
Nations, and everyone had to fly over. The whole wide world of sports team
Yeah.
had to fly over a day before because we couldn't get a flight that day. So you can imagine off-season, everyone's getting back together.
Uncle Joey was the Pied Piper.
Uncle Joey brings some random to the pub called Itchy Mitchy.
He come from up north. Were you surfing up north or something?
Yeah, I was up at Kalbarri.
Yeah.
And Vonnie went on air the next day. She had to get an injection to go on air. Oh, yes. Itchy.
I remember that night.
I remember just arriving, and I think everyone had been there for 1 or 2 hours, and there were just trays of drinks just arriving.
I remember seeing him. Who was their boss back then? And he walked into the pub and went, "Have you had a stroke?"
And then I think we all ended up at a bar that was like, it was a line dancing bar, and you could just see Uncle Joey just grabbing all the women in the room, just spinning them all
Even
around.
the ones with Big Adam's apple.
All right, grand final week, the extravaganza that's been discussed this week. Peter Volandi's floating the idea of probably the most interesting one is that third place playoff. How do you think this will go down?
Like a filthy nappy. Like, if you get rolled and you're not in the grand final, traditionally, that's it. You're just, you're just checking out. So the only way it would work if there was a big cash incentive. That's the only way I think any of the players would play a week out, a week after being beaten in major centre.
The other way is too, if you look over in the European competitions, in soccer and in rugby union, they have like Euro comps, and if we end up having an alliance with England and France, then all of a sudden you could have 3 teams from here, 3 teams from over there go to Dubai or whatever, and all of a sudden there'd be some decent incentives. So, if there's a reason behind it, I think you need to find the reason first. And I don't know if money's...
There's a lot of days to fill in, and the AFL play a week before, so there's no AFL to compete against on the eastern seaboard.
And I think for the AFL as well, they have, the big grand final parade. They have a lot of sort of pump-up things that are happening. So there's discussions that could be an under-20 State of Origin match, also All-Stars potentially. But then you worry about taking those players out of... I mean, obviously they can't get taken out of the grand final, but you'd be missing players.
Be interesting. You got the Pac Champs after that. Something leading into the Pac Champs may be interesting, but it is interesting. Like, you got 3 days. 3 days normally where you're watching footy. Could be watching something.
All right, well, stick around. We've got plenty more to discuss coming up straight after this break. We're going to be diving into our Freddy and the Eighth medal. Plus, we'll be talking all things having a crack. You won't want to miss it. Well, how good was this across the weekend? And we'll see plenty more coming this weekend as well as we celebrate Indigenous round in the NRL. So many great jerseys, so many great designs as well, and so much thought that has gone into so many of these as well. We love hearing all the stories.
Like that one. I like
The Dragons one?
It was Darren Dunn.
And also to the
One of the Penrith
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
His son actually designed it.
I
The
thought
Roosters.
the Cowboys Titans were a bit confusing.
it was reverse.
Cam Smith in the called the wrong team a couple of times, but no, they're awesome designs.
I love the Roosters one. That was
Yeah, that
great
was
as
cool.
well. All right, well, let's dive into our Freddy and the Eighth medal nominations for this week. You can see that Hamiso, Tabuai-Fidow and Sua
Couple of fullbacks.
Farlonga getting 1 point each. 2 points, Cody Walker, Luke Metcalf.
Couple of halves.
And then at 3 points, Billy Smith, Hamish Stewart. Joey, what was it about Hamish Stewart you loved the most?
Well, everything. Jumping for bombs, tackling. He's some player. Geez, they've got a good, great team building down there.
When he was 16, 17, he was tiny. He was small.
He's still got another 6 to 8 kilos to put on. He scored a try. He set one up with a great pass through the line. This one here to Terrell Sloan. Look at that one-handed pass. Every time I see him, he's growing in confidence. He's as tough as they come. He's from a great family. We've met his old man a few times. His old man's a great fella.
So I reckon there was a bit of nepotism going on. He was only a small kid coming through. Then all of a sudden, you sort of get in the teens. You can imagine, even if he was smaller, he's still gutsy. And all of a sudden, he just grew. Mate, he's a
Billy.
monster.
And then
Through to
Freddie
Billy.
York for 3 points, Billy Smith.
Well, this is, I thought, the toughest game of the weekend. It was pretty physical out there, and he was the most physical. He was outstanding. He scored a couple of tries, took some big kicks, and I just thought he was a difference. So, good on him.
And it was interesting as well hearing Dean Young talk about Hamish Stewart representative-wise. He's
To the
backing
Australian
him
team
for the
at end of
Australian
year.
team, yeah.
Moving forward, they're going to play him, I think, lock next year. The most humble young fella. As I said, great family. I think the family's entrenched in that Gerringong rugby league down there, bringing all those kids through. So, well done to the Stewart family.
Yeah, well done for sure. All right, well, our having a crack moment, thanks to Sportsbet's The Feed this week. This is one of my favourite ones. Millie Elliott, first try since 2023. It means she's off the nudie run.
Well, Adam would be happy with that.
Is there a combined Mad Monday?
No,
Adam's
I
already been in trouble on Mad Monday.
Oh, that's right.
Had the helicopter going.
Oh, he's Adam Elliott. He's one of the greats. He's one of the greats on the
He
set.
looks like a rat.
Yeah.
And then the Dolphins coming back from 24-0 down
Look at him
in the
smiling
Battle of
here.
Brisbane.
When he gets in the clear, he starts smiling. And he was in third gear.
That was an
this is a great
entertaining game.
Jeez, I love this game.
Well, he turned the game. He got that try, and then all of a sudden it was 32-30 in front of the Broncos, and he does that
He would have loved that one up against Reece.
over the top of Reece. That was
They're a serious team. Look, at the moment, for mine,
How they let in so many points, though?
the Bronx.
No.
Titans.
The Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Early on to leave.
Well, they've been belted a couple of times.
You get them in the semi and they catch fire,
Yeah.
or in a big game at the end of the year. Oh, look, for mine, you got the Warriors and the Roosters here. I'm worried about Penrith without Isaiah Yeo. I was worried about Cronulla on the weekend, whether they get the September wobble.
So they're equal with Cronulla.
But the other one, if the Dolphins get top four, look out.
Would you worry about their defence though?
Well, you
course.
do, but if they catch fire and attack, they score points and score them quick. Got a really strong, well-balanced forward pack. I love those hard workers of Donahue and Plath and Tom Gilbert, but their backline's best in the comp.
It was a great match to watch, that's for sure. All right, we've got plenty more still to come here on Freddy the Eighth, but don't forget, if you're having a crack on the footy this weekend, check out the Sportsbet feed to see what other punters are betting on and follow them throughout the NRL season. So let's get a quick market update with Sportsbet.
What a blockbuster we've got here. Top of the table clash. So what do? We build a hub, the top of the table hub, up for betting on the Sportsbet app. You just got to go to the NRL Weekly Hub and you'll find it there. Every market you can think of to choose from. My favourite, any winger to score the first try, $3. Can't wait for this game. Enjoy the footy.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Well, a big weekend coming up here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. 4 games of footy. Thursday night, it kicks off with an absolute blockbuster. The Penrith Panthers up against the Roosters at Combank Stadium. James Tedesco back. Dylan Edwards named on the extended bench as well. How do you see this one unfolding?
Casey McLean on the extended bench. He was on the extended bench the other day. This will be great. I think
No, yeah.
Penrith's still missing a few players. Also the hooker, Mitch Kenny. I think at the moment the Roosters are pretty much full. Are they missing anyone? They're full. I looked at their bench.
Daniel Tupou, they're missing, and Angus.
Mate, they've got Connor Watson, Lindsay Collins, and the two Butcher brothers.
Yeah,
that's the.
I think Roosters win and win well. It's intriguing for me how Panthers are going to play without Isaiah. And their run-in, for mine, I don't think the Panthers can win it. I think it's a bridge too far. They last week the Warriors, and they go Roosters, Storm, Dogs. 4 tough games. Finish with the Tigers. I think the Warriors will come second. They've got to go back. They've got to go back to Auckland.
Even if Isaiah is back in time for the finals?
He won't play. There's no way. The way he reacted, that was your classic torn pec. And I was talking to, who was I talking to yesterday? I was talking to Kobe Hetherington, sorry. And he said, mate, that'd be nearly impossible to play.
Yeah, right.
Grabbing and pushing and pulling.
Well, the last one they said was out for 10 weeks. It was
Michael Gordon. Was it Michael Gordon?
There you go. Yeah.
But, mate, he's playing in the wing. A bit different playing in the middle. Anyway.
All right, what about Friday night footy? Bulldogs, Rabbitohs. Who do you see winning this one?
Awesome.
This will be a bash-up.
Two very different teams. One team that is just executes unbelievably, especially off set plays, and then the other one's just a grind and bash 'em team. So
I'd go Dogs.
I'm going Dogs too.
All right, two
Be
Dogs.
disciplined, they can win.
Saturday night footy, 7 p.m. here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. The Broncos and the Warriors. This is a
Broncos are playing like that green turd. They've lost 11 of their last
Matt
12.
Dufty will be cleaning this afternoon.
It is just totally unacceptable for possibly the biggest sporting franchise in the country. They are just not having a crack. Warriors win and win well.
Yeah, they're going good. Actually, you know what? I always wondered what the Warriors' potential was, and I thought we saw it last week. They were awesome.
I reckon this is their year.
They were good.
And this is going to be a great game on Sunday. Great game.
Well, the Dragons coming in full of confidence after taking down the Sharks.
Now, the Dragons, their run-in, they go Tiger this week, they've got the Dogs next week, but then they've got Manly and the Eels to finish. They could win 3 of them 4, which would put pressure on Brisbane to get the wooden spoon.
They would take them to 20. If they win 4, they end up on 20. And the Broncos are on 18 at the moment, I think.
And isn't that fascinating? Imagine if the Broncos went
the Broncos go Warriors this week and they go Raiders away, Storm, Dog. I don't think they'll win any of those games.
To go from premiership winners to wooden spooners.
Mate, green turd.
Green turd. I love it. That's the theme of today.
Let's finish with that.
Let's get some T-shirts. Freddy the Eighth.
Like green turd.
Green
All right.
turd.
Stick around. We're off to a quick break, but we'll be back to wrap things up on the other side of it. Well, just before we go here on Freddy and the Eighth, a very special shout out to our colleagues here at Nine's Wide World of Sports, Emma Lawrence and her partner, TBH, on their brand new baby girl, Alexis. So
beautiful.
They're number 2 for them,
Number
2
2.
girls. What would be your advice?
Watch out for the green ones.
Oh, they're great humans, aren't they? I'm glad the bubble looks like Emma.
So big congratulations.
Hopefully she behaves like Emma.
I don't know. Doesn't mind a drink, our Emma Lawrence. She's a champion.
Yeah, big congratulations
Not
to
like old
Emma
Papa
and
Bear.
TBH. We hope everything's going well. Thanks so much for joining us here on Freddy and the Eighth this weekend. Enjoy the footy over the weekend and we'll catch you again next week.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.